Guys, it's me. So today we're going to be predicting the 2025 Golden Globe winners, and this award ceremony is usually very unexpected. I'm basing this mostly off of precursors, the past Globes, and of course, my gut instinct. And when I close my eyes, who do I see up on that Golden Globe stage? So of this is more of a guessing game than any of the major televised precursors because of how much they throw a loop for you. Like, for example, 1917 winning was a big surprise. The Revenant winning was a big surprise. The Grand Budapest. So the Globes usually do their own thing, but when they do that, we sometimes need to take it seriously. Like Her in screenplay, Anatomy of a Fallen screenplay. So I'm keeping an eye out for whoever wins the screenplay category. But without taking care of, let's just start talking about who I think is going to win. So first of all, we have Best Picture Drama, and I think that this is between The Brutalist and Conclave. Dune Part 2 doesn't have a shot because it missed literally all of the nominations. Like, imagine if Dune Part 2 wasn't eligible for Best Score in the Golden Globes. Then it would literally have one nomination, which is this category, so I don't have any faith of it winning. A Complete Unknown has Timothée Chalamet and Edward Norton to bounce it off, but I feel like if this were the old Golden Globes, they could have given A Complete Unknown the win, like how they did Bohemian Rhapsody. But the fact that they didn't give Elvis, even if they nominated that for Best Director, they didn't give it to Elvis, means that this really is between Conclave and The Brutalist. Right now, The Brutalist has more critics wins, and it's doing much stronger when it comes to the overall impact. And when I say which of these films have a better chance at Best Director, I think it's The Brutalist, so that's why I'm going to go with The Brutalist for Best Picture Drama. But I could easily see a world where Conclave can also win, but my lock's in The Brutalist. Okay, so Best Picture Musical or Comedy, I have Anora, Emilia Perez, Wicked, and I have this off chance shot for The Substance, but I don't really see it because of Anora in this category. Now, if this was between Wicked and The Substance, I could see a world where The Substance would win, but because no, I'm just going to say that Anora is going to win because Anora is literally sweeping the Critics' Choice Awards, the Critics' Circle Awards, and it's doing so phenomenally. Mikey Madison is absolutely winning everything she needs to, and this film in general is just really devouring everyone alive, and everyone seems to just love it. So it has the prestige. I'm not gonna take the Emilia Perez nomination too seriously because obviously Emilia Perez has much more actors in it. It has much more songs, so I'm just going to keep it that way. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm pretty sure if Anora was a musical, it'd also have the same amount of nominations, given that it also has a lot of actors. So we're going to put it at that. But I do see a world where Emilia Perez could win only because it won the European Film Awards, and it's also been winning a lot of international awards. And as we talked about, the Golden Globes, they're turning much more international, like the Oscars, so we'll see what happens. But for now, I'm really confident with Anora and The Brutalist, and if these two films do win their respective categories, it's going to be a really exciting two-horse race. I don't think Wicked has a chance to win Best Picture at the Oscars, so I'm not going to put it here. Best Director, as I talked about, I think Bradley Corbett for The Brutalist has this in a bag because he's absolutely winning a lot of the Critics' Awards, and he is getting nominated everywhere for Best Director. Even if The Brutalist isn't getting nominated or winning Best Picture, it oftentimes at least wins Best Director because if you watch the film, how can you deny the craftsmanship that went into every single scene and the fact that it's 3 hours and 30 minutes long with so much style, so much technicality, so much substance, and also the performances, editing, cinematography, score, everything is in line because of Brady Corbett's direction, so I think they're going to give it to him. I don't see Sean Baker winning, absolutely not. I think even if Anora wins screenplay, actress, and picture, I don't see Sean Baker winning director. I just really don't think it's a directing film. I think the soul of the film rests more in the screenplay and Mikey Madison and Yuri Borisov. So I think Brady Corbett could win. Another off chance upset I could see is Jack Audiard for Emilia Perez because he has the directorial vision, and the Golden Globes really did like Emilia Perez. But like I literally made an argument where just because a film got 10 nominations doesn't mean it's going to win every category, so it applies to here as well. But I wouldn't be absolutely surprised if I see him on stage in 1 week. Best Actor, Adrien Brody versus Timothée Chalamet versus Colman Domingo. The rest of them could just be happy that they're nominated. I am really conflicted between Adrien Brody and Timothée Chalamet when it comes to every single awards show because I really don't know who's going to win. We have an argument for Adrien Brody. he has the performance. He has the film that's most likely going to be winning Best Film, Drama, and Director. So he really has an advantage when it comes to which film do people prefer. But Timothy Chalamet's performance is fresh off the bat. People are seeing it, they're loving it, they're resonating with it. The film is doing really well in the box office. Where the film like The Brutalist can be awarded in Best Director, a film like A Complete Unknown is resting solely on Timothy Chalamet's performance and how convincing he is. So I could see the Golden Globes going for him, but I'm going to put my bet on Adrien Brody because he's winning more awards so far. And I don't know, I have a feeling that they're going to go with Adrien Brody because they went with Cate Blanchett. And I mean, they did go with Elvis instead of The Whale, but I am really conflicted. I don't know what to do. My hands are tied and they're inside a basket and the lock is somewhere else. I don't know how to get the lock and I have no answers for this category. I'm genuinely confused. I also have a chance. I also see a chance that Coleman Domingo could pull an upset as well. I don't know why, but ever since he won the Gotham, I really see that performance as something that could win if it gets nominated because of how powerful it is and how people love him as an actor and his soul in the film. Adrien Brody and Timothy Chalamet give very, very good performances that are very monumental. Get the pun? The Brutalist, monumental. But Coleman Domingo, something he does in The Sing Sing, is something emotionally impactful, and I feel like that's what makes him stand out in this category because not a lot of people make you cry but Coleman Domingo. But I'm going to put my hats on Adrien Brody for now. Let's move on to the next category. So this is the category that I'm most eagerly anticipating Golden Globe night. I'm going to go with Hugh Grant for Heretic because I think that Hugh Grant has the most momentum. He's most likely for the Oscar nomination. And I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are loving Hugh Grant. He's also getting into a lot of critics groups. And I think like when you look at this ballot, you're already giving the win to Kieran Culkin. So you wouldn't want to award Jesse Eisenberg. You did not like A Different Man enough to nominate anywhere else, so they like A Different Man, Heretic, and Hitman about the same level. So, and Hugh Grant just has, like, when you predict the Golden Globes, unless this is like 5 years ago where the Golden Globes could be a little silly with their categories, you should predict the one who's most likely to get into the Oscars. And for me, that is Hugh Grant, Jesse Eisenberg, and Sebastian Stan. I initially had Glenn Powell as number one because I thought that he was just going to win. But after Hugh Grant got into the CCA, and he could very much get the BAFTA and the SAG award, I'm not going to underestimate Hugh Grant. I'm just going to put him as my winner spot and my predictions, so there you go. Best Actress Drama is also a very competitive category. I'm going to dial it down to the top three. I don't think Tilda Swinton, Kate Winslet, and Pamela Anderson could win. So we're going to talk more about Fernanda Torres, Angelina Jolie, and Nicole Kidman. Fernanda Torres is a gut feeling. I have a feeling she's going to be called. I have a feeling she has enough passion. And I think Angelina Jolie is going to split a lot of votes, while all the international votes will go to Fernanda Torres. I don't think Nicole Kidman's going to win for Baby Girl. I just don't see it as a winning performance. I don't think that film is going to get nominated anywhere else, like SAG, BAFTA, or Oscar. So I think it ends here. She missed the Critics' Choice. I don't think she's going to get in. She's going to win for the Golden Globes. So it's a race between Fernanda Torres and Angelina Jolie. I see a world where Angelina Jolie wins because she is a standard biopic performance that usually wins awards. But I don't know, something about Fernanda Torres really has me thinking that, she could win. And I do see her up on that stage. But I also do see Angelina Jolie. Like, when I close my eyes, I see Angelina Jolie. When I open my eyes, I see Fernanda Torres. Angelina Jolie is more of the reasonable pick because Fernanda Torres isn't even doing that well when it comes to Critics Group nominations. But I don't know, I just feel like this will be the Isabelle Huppert kind of a win for Elle. And Sandra Hüller didn't win for Anatomy of a Fall, but the fact that that film won a screenplay last year shows that the Globes are turning a new leaf when it comes to foreign pictures, and I think Fernanda Torres is a good representation of a performance that exceeds that foreignness, like it doesn't have barriers because if you see the performance, you resonate with it. I haven't seen the film, but that's what people are saying, so I'm going to go with Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here, and that's a win for Brazil as well. Best Actress Comedy or Musical, I have Mikey Madison for Nora winning. Now, I see a world where Demi Moore could win the Oscar for The Substance, and I do see a world where she could win this category, but Mikey Madison is sweeping, and she is known as the Oscar favorite. I think if Demi Moore was in the drama category, she easily would have won that category, but since she's here, I think she's going to have much more difficult time winning the Best Actress category because Mikey Madison is just way too strong. And even without Demi Moore, you have Carla Sofia Gascon, Cynthia Erivo. Honestly, this category is stacked because you also have Zendaya and Amy Adams. But I just think Mikey Madison did something in Anora that people aren't used to and people are really gonna gravitate towards. So there you go, Mikey Madison. Congratulations on your Golden Globes. Best Supporting Actor for the BAFTA, we're gonna be having a bit of a conversation, but for this, it's gonna be Kieran Culkin. I could literally just say it with ease. He won the Golden Globe for Succession. He won the Emmy. He's just gonna win for this. A lot of people love it. He's sweeping the Critics Awards, not as much as Kioi Kwan or what do you call that, Cody Smith McPhee, but I mean he is really winning a lot of awards for this. He's gonna get in. He's gonna win. Best Supporting Actress is a really tough conversation as well, but it's really between Ariana Grande and Zoe Saldana. I originally had Zoe Saldana as the frontrunner to win the Golden Globes because I feel like they love Emilia Perez more. But something about Ariana Grande, I think they're just gonna like, and they're just gonna get the win. I don't know why, I just have a feeling, and if it's wrong, I'm gonna predict Zoe Saldana to win the BAFTA. But if Ariana Grande wins this, she's gonna sweep. That's all I'm gonna say. Best screenplay is Anora. I do see a world where a real pain or the substance can just win out of nowhere. But for that to happen, they'd also have to win best comedy and musical, which I don't see happening. Another film I could see winning is Conclave, but I don't know. I just don't. I don't really see that film winning here because then that film would also have to be on the path to win best drama, which The Brutalist is winning. So I'm gonna have Anora for now. I think Sean Baker's time is really resonating with people, and I don't think that Sean Baker is going to win Best Director because the film isn't much of a technical marvel, and it doesn't really feel like a director winner. But it does feel like a screenplay winner. It does feel like PTA winning for Licorice Pizza. He didn't win the Golden Globes, but him getting that momentum for Licorice Pizza, it feels like the same thing for Nora for Sean Baker. So I'm gonna predict Sean Baker for Nora for Best Screenplay. Best Picture Non-English, I have nothing else listed. Emilia Perez is just going to win. Thank you very much. While Best Picture Animated, I almost called it the Wild Picture, but Best Picture Animated, it's The Wild Robot. I could see a world where Flo wins because Flo did win a lot of critics group. They were tied for some time, and also they went for The Boy and the Heron instead of Spider-Man into Across the Spider-Verse, sorry. And they're turning more international, so they might go with Flo. But they nominated The Wild Robot for box office achievement in score and song. It's the most nominated animated film in the Golden Globes history. So there you go. I just think that The Wild Robot's gonna get in, and it's gonna win. It's gonna win. People love the film. Best Cinematic and Box Office Achievement. Now, they might go with Wicked, Inside Out 2, or Deadpool and Wolverine, but I'm going to go with Wicked because it's more talked about. People are seeing it more. But Inside Out 2 is the highest grossing film, but I think they're just going to go with Wicked for the cinematic achievement that it is. And Barbie also won this category last year. It feels very similar to Wicked. In a way, Barbie and Wicked, they both have the same momentum. So I feel like, yeah, this is just going to happen. Best score, a lot of people have The Brutalist or Conclave or The Wild Robot winning, or Dune Part 2 even. I have Challengers. And here's why. Challengers is winning the winning the Critics Awards. It's absolutely winning a lot of them. And with that passion, I feel like in this category, there's not really a clear frontrunner so far. I do have The Brutalist for the Oscar. I don't have Challengers at all in the winning conversation. But I feel like for the Golden Globes, they might just go for Challengers because they have that artsy pick. They do recognize a lot of interesting, innovative scores and soundtracks. And they also gave wins to Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. And the fact that this movie is nominated for 2 comedy categories and also Best Song, and so they really resonated with the music, and I feel like they're just going to give it to Challengers. But if it's not Challengers, it's definitely going to be The Brutalist because it's a sweeping score that it honestly feels like it's the best score of the year for me, no doubt. The Brutalist score is absolutely phenomenal. It is powerful, it is memorable, it is unique, but I just feel like I have a gut feeling. Now this is where I'm going to lean more towards that initial gut instinct, which is that they're going to give the win to Challengers and Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. So that's my prediction. Let's move on. Best song, I have Mi Camino versus El Mal and an outside shot for Compress Repress. If they really like Challengers' music, they might as well just give it to Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Emilia Perez is going to win, and I think the song that's going to win is Mi Camino because it won the Hollywood Critics group, which doesn't really matter, but I feel like a lot of people prefer Mi Camino over El Mal. If I were a voter, I'd vote for El Mal because of Zoe Saldana's charismatic musical number. But honestly, Mi Camino is going to win because it's a Selena Gomez song, so that's what I'm expecting. So yeah, that's it for my Golden Goal predictions, and let's hope I'm right in most of these categories. Thank you very much.